The world needs people like you. It needs people to build. It needs people to create. It needs people to set an example. There's nothing wrong with you for being an ambitious person. The world wouldn't exist as we know it without ambitious people. The world wouldn't exist as we know it without creative people who are willing to pay the price to build what they see in their mind before anyone else sees it. Okay, so you are needed. You need to stop thinking that all these morons on the internet have it figured out. Unless you want their life, don't listen to them, dude, and start understanding that if you do listen to them and you're one of these people who was meant to come here and create, you're going to waste your whole life trying to fit in a box with a bunch of people who aren't ever going to accomplish a thing. What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to reality, guys. Today, as always, we're going to start off the week with some Q&AF. That's where you submit the questions and we give you the answers. Now, you could submit your questions a couple different ways. The first way is,
guys, you can email these questions into askandy@andyfrisella.com.
Or you go on YouTube in the comment section on the Q&AF episodes and drop your question in there, and we'll take some from there as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have CTI. That stands for Cruise the Internet. That's where we put topics of the day up on the screen. We speculate on what's true and what's not true, and then we talk about how we, the people, have to solve these problems going on in the world. Other times, we're going to have Real Talk. Real Talk's just 5 to 20 minutes, and me giving you some real talk. And then we have 75 Hard Verses. That's where people who have completed the 75 Hard program come on the show. They talk about how their life was before, how it is now, and how they use 75 Hard and Live Hard to drastically improve the quality of their life. The 75 Hard program is available for free, as well as the Live Hard program at episode 208 on the audio feed. There is a book. The book can be bought at andyfrisella.com. It's called The Book on Mental Toughness. It is the entire Live Hard program plus 10 chapters on mental toughness, plus case studies on very famous people who have used mental toughness to become the famous people that you recognize. If you're unfamiliar with 75 Hard, Live Hard, it is the world's most popular mental transformation program. And again, it is free and it's available at episode 208. Now, we have this thing on the show called the fee, and what that means is we need you to share the show. You're going to notice that we don't run ads. I don't want to take money from someone that's going to try to tell me what I can and can't say, and we are constantly battling censorship, traffic bans, throttling, all these things, deplatforming, and we need you to share the show. So when we say pay the fee, what that means is help us get the word out. All right, I'm not going to pump your ear full of a bunch of bullshit ads, and in exchange, don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
All right.
Hey.
What's up?
Ooh, switching it up on us today.
Yeah, I gotta get some of this summer aid, bro.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, it's good.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's no grape. What?
What you doing with that one?
This is mine, bro. Yeah. This ain't lunch money, dude.
You want your cornbread?
Yeah. Nah, this is mine. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What's going on, man? Everything good?
Yeah, dude. Just ready to get this week kicked off and moving the right way. What's up with you?
Oh, man. Same thing, man. Yeah, had a great weekend.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do?
It's so weird, man. Like, I can't like not think of it like that, man. It's so crazy. I hope I have a good weekend. Hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah.
I hope it's Monday. I hope you guys have a great week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A great year.
Yeah. I had a great weekend. It's Friday. All right, man. Let's do this.
Let's do it, man. Let's make some people better today. Guys, Andy, question numero uno. Andy, I'm in my third year of owning an exterior cleaning business, and it's going as expected. Highs are highs, lows are lows. Among the issues I deal with, I have one that shouldn't even be a problem, but for some of us it is. I feel like I owe friends, family, or friends of family, or really anybody I know a discount or free service. I have times where I was broke as a joke and still felt the need or still felt like I needed to cut somebody a break, then kicking myself the whole time I was doing the work. I think it stems from growing up broke, and I subconsciously think people who won't want to pay. But what I think is high and what they think is high could be two totally different price ranges. Either way, it's holding me back. What am I getting? What I am getting at is, how do I shake this mindset? And did you experience this in your early days of business? I appreciate everything y'all do.
All right. So when you're the owner operator, this is very common because you're the one doing the work. You're the one that sees the customer. You're the one that they talk to about finishing the purchase. There's nobody else you could kind of put it off on. There's nobody else making decisions, and people know that they can negotiate. And this happened to me when I first started in business. I would have people come in the store, friends, quote unquote, and they would want a discount. And it was a hard thing to get through because you don't have any business, you don't have any customers, and you need some customers. So you start trying to accommodate the few customers you have by giving them a discount. And then what happens is you don't have any money left over and you're doing all this work. And it really puts you in a hole. So we have to address, first of all, one, why you would just offer a discount. That's just your insecurity and being afraid of asking for the full price. That takes time. That takes experience. All you have to do is start asking for it and people are going to pay it. I know what's going on here. You're getting real nervous about offering the price because you think they're going to say no, and you're automatically cutting it down. And what's happening here is you're cutting your profit margin out of your company without someone even pushing you to do so. So the first problem that you need to address is, why are you cutting your own profit out of your business when no one's even asking you to? Secondly, when people do ask you, you have to have a response ready to go. One of the responses that I used to say is I would say, hey, look, dude, I don't give my brother a discount. I don't give my mom a discount. They pay full price. And if you were my friend, like we were friends, you'd want to support me. And that is what I always said to people when they asked me for discounts. Now, not at first. It took me a few years to figure that out.
Yeah.
But, as you grow the business and as you get away from the front-facing decision maker that you're dealing with all the customers, that starts to fade away. I don't get that anymore at this point in my life. And you won't either, as long as you stop giving discounts and you actually grow your business. So yeah, I can understand how that's a difficult thing to navigate, but you have to understand there's only two scenarios where this happens. And one is when you are doing it automatically because you're not confident in the value that you're offering, or you're an inexperienced operator and you're just not comfortable asking for the sale. If you don't ask for the sale, you're never going to get it. If you don't ask for the money, you're never going to get it. If you don't learn to do that, you're going to be broke your whole life. All right. And secondly, when people ask you, you just have to have something to reply. And here's something I will tell you. Your best friends, people that actually care about you, family that actually cares about you, they won't ask you for a discount. They'll pay full price because they know they're supporting you. And if you have friends in business and you have people that you shop with that own businesses, stop asking them for a fucking discount. It's not like they just buy their product for $1 and sell it for $50 like y'all think. That's not what's going on. Most businesses are within a week or two of going out of business. And when you come in as someone's friend and fucking ask them for a discount, you're just quickening and making things harder for them. Yep. So stop doing that. It's loser shit. People that ask you for a discount, bro, they're not your fucking friend. So don't give them one.
That's real shit. Let's dive into this a little bit, though, because you talk about having confidence, I guess, in the price or quality of your service or product. Like, what can we just dive into that a little bit more? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, are you saying?
Well, why would you cut the price down if you know you're solving the problem in the best possible way?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
If you're solving the problem in a better way than all the competition, then why the fuck are you cutting your price?
Yeah. So you got to be calm. Yeah,
you have to know you're solving the problem. Where a lot of this comes from is people are selling shit they don't believe in, they don't think actually solves the problem, and then they feel guilty right at the moment of asking for the money, so then they cut it down. All right? So if you have that problem, you should look at what you're selling and say, do I actually believe in this? Do I actually stand by what I'm doing and saying and selling? And if it still makes you feel bad, then you need to improve, and you need to get to a point where you're delivering such overwhelming value that the person has no problem paying it. They think it's a fucking great deal because you're delivering over the top. And you can do that at any price category. As long as you're delivering over the top and solving the problem, you should feel confident about what you're asking, as long as it's not completely out of line.
True.
But if you're solving the problem better, if you're getting the person what they want better than everybody else, you should not be discounting that price. That's just you not understanding business or you not believing that you're solving the problem. So which one is it?
Right.
And if it's you not understanding business, then you just need to get comfortable saying it. It's kind of like when you start telling people no. When you start telling people no the first time, it's pretty uncomfortable. But after like the third time or fourth time, when you realize you got all this extra time on your hand and no one's fucking bothering you because you've told everybody no, you feel good about it. All right? And you're going to feel the same way whenever you look at your bank account and you're like, fuck, I stopped giving all these discounts. All of a sudden my business works. All right.
Magic.
Yeah.
I think is this a misunderstanding that people have as far as like just human nature, man? It's like, people will pay for quality shit that solves their problems. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you offer me a product and it's like fucking half off, like does it really even work then? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, there's different mentalities amongst consumers, right?
Sure.
There's good, better, best categories, and there's good, better, best categories with product and with consumers. There's people who want to come in and buy the best, okay? That's the customers I like to deal with because they want the best shit. I like the best shit. We relate. We want to solve the problem the best possible way. That's where my personal mindset is. And in every business I'm in, I sell a premium product because that's what I relate to, okay? Then you have good, the better product, okay? The middle of the road. They're pretty good, but they're not the best. Okay. And there's consumers for that. There's consumers that want, they don't want the cheapest shit, but they don't want the most expensive, but they want something that they can afford and get the product and get the solution pretty much done. That's a different category of person. And then you have the value shopper. I would stay away from that. The lowest price shopper is the biggest pain in the ass. They want everything for free. And then when your shit doesn't work, they get pissed off as if they're a premium customer. Okay. So I don't fuck with those people. I don't, every business I'm involved in, I don't sell any value brand shit because I learned a long time ago that attracts the most, it attracts the kind of customers that you have to spend the most time making happy, believe it or not.
That's wild.
Well, does it not make sense?
I mean, it makes sense. But
dude, when you see someone going into a fucking, look, dude.
And they're still asking for discounts.
Look how a value shopper behaves in like a decent steakhouse. Okay? You've been to a decent steakhouse and you've seen somebody like fucking start like motherfucking the wait staff and because they weren't waited on at, like kings and queens. And then everybody else who knows what they're getting, they're like, bro, this is what we do here.
This is good.
Right?
Yeah.
They're out of place. And so, dude, like that value shopper takes the most amount of effort and the most amount of time to continue keeping as a customer. And also the thing about the value shopper is they're not brand loyal at all. So you can't build any loyalty with them because they're always looking for the cheapest value shit. So whatever's on sale, whatever's buy one, get 5 free, whatever's this, whatever's that. And the mistake that a lot of companies make is they play there voluntarily because they're in a race to the bottom. You don't have to play there. It's good, better, best, right?
And there's customers every single level.
For real. And you have to decide where the fuck you want your business to be.
Now, is it possible? I just love this conversation, man. Is it possible? I'm a business owner. Is it possible?
The best category, people don't ask for discounts.
Yeah, no.
They don't even ask for them.
Yeah, but they know it's the best shit.
That's right.
Yeah. So, is it possible for a business to rank up, man? Like if let's say I've realized I'm a fucking value.
Yep.
I'm a value business, right?
Yes.
Can I move up?
Yeah.
And how easy is it?
But the problem is, here's the problem. All your customers are already trained that you're a value brand. So the minute you start trying to bring in higher quality products and charge more for them, they're going to bitch at you. They're going to complain at you. So yes, you can do it, but you're going to have a crossover time where a lot of customers leave and then you have to attract new ones.
So you're not keeping those same ones.
Not usually.
Yeah.
It's very hard to retrain consumer behavior. You have to understand there's 3 categories: good, better, best. Good is the value shopper, better is the guy in the middle, and best is the guy that walks in and says, what's the best?
I love it.
Yeah, I regardless of who you are, I wouldn't discount your shit. Ever.
I love it, man.
Dude, the problem is, too, people do this with consumable goods, bro. Like, they'll do this with a product that has a recurring revenue cycle that's consumable. and let's say they do buy one, get 5 free. Well, then the customer walks out the door and you don't see them for 5 fucking months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you can't even build a relationship with them because they stocked up on whatever the fuck it is that you're selling them. There's all kinds of reasons here that you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But, people get hungry and they think, because everybody else is doing it, I should do it. And then they do buy one, get 4 free. And all of a sudden in 3 months, they don't have any customers. Their margins are shit and they got to close their doors.
Yeah. This is some in-depth stuff, man. This is what Arte was built for, right?
Yeah. We cover all this shit in Arte.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Man. I love it, guys. Andy, question number 2. Hey, Andy, we got a young gun here. Man, I love these young gun questions, man.
Yeah.
They come with some heat. Hey, Andy, I really just want to say thank you for giving us the real deal, especially for us young guns, bro. We need this stuff. So I'm 20 years old, and I work for an older guy. He's like 50. And I've been told from every grown-up that I know that I don't know shit. And I get it.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old is he?
20.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
I get it. I haven't lived long enough to develop my skills. You say it much nicer. But here's the thing. There are things that I do know that older people don't have the perspective or knowledge of. The millennial culture, social media, how to talk to young people. So I guess my question is this a culture or society issue that the older people miss out on? Or is this something that just happens with every generation where it's like the old doesn't understand the new? How can I address this properly without pissing off the old man? Because I do feel like he is just missing it.
Look, dude, when you're a young person and you're around old people, you have to understand they have a ton of experience that you don't have. So you definitely don't know shit, all right? However, you're correct. You do know things that they are not in tune with. So how do you bring value to a company that is full of older people that doesn't understand a certain thing that you understand? It seems like that's a pretty wide open avenue for you to bring value, all right? So my recommendation to you would be open your ears, shut your mouth, listen to what they say, take what they say, apply it to the technology that you understand very well that they don't, and become an extremely valuable asset to that company or that group or that business. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's things you don't know, you can't know, but there are things that older people are not comfortable with as well. And so where's that lane and how can you fit in and how can you fill that demand to become an extra valuable part at an especially young age?
Yeah.
That's the biggest opportunity for young entrepreneurs. If they could take the principles, the culture, the ideas, the way that the company moves, the owners move, the business, the brand moves, and they can apply the technology that they understand and help make that mission possible, make it work, that's extremely valuable shit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, dude, you don't know a lot, but you know what you know. And one of the biggest keys to success is knowing what the fuck you know and knowing what you don't. All right? So, just because you know one thing doesn't mean you know all the things. And just because they know a couple things doesn't mean they know all the things.
Yeah.
So how can you expose yourself as a valuable asset to these older people? Well, it's very simple. Teach them the shit that they don't understand. The most valuable thing that you can give someone is your knowledge, not money, not prizes, not jewelry. What you can transfer from here to here is the most valuable exchange that can happen amongst humans. So what if you could sit down and you could say, hey, I know we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that, we got this going on. This technology here will help us move forward. We can do this and this and this. I don't know if you guys know that. And show them how it works. And they're going to be like, holy shit, that works.
How to make a TikTok.
Yeah, right, dude. Like there's lots of opportunity for young people to find very valuable roles inside companies right now just because of the nature of what they grew up around and what what the older guys didn't have. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably the youngest person that still understands the old ways and the new ways. Okay. I was in business for 10 years before social media really took off, which means I had to run a business the old ways. And then I got to learn social media and I learned how to take the old ways of doing business and apply them to social media. Most companies have not even adjusted to that, which we've been doing that for fucking 12, 13 years. Most companies still don't do that. They either try to do everything with technology or they try to do everything the old way. And both of those ways end up losing because the value to a consumer has to do with the relationships that you build and how you service them and how you relate to them and how you take care of them and how you make them feel special. That's more of the old way, and you have to combine that with the technology that's available. And most companies go one or the other. They don't go both. But if you, as a young person who understands some of the things that these older people don't, you can help, cross that bridge for them, and you become extremely valuable.
Yeah. Would you say that because I feel like this is a culture thing. Like this is one of those things that just happen.
Well, dude, I mean,
in society,
is
right?
Yeah, I mean, every generation there's new technology. So yeah, there's older people will say, "Oh, these kids don't get it," and the kids will say, "Oh, these old motherfuckers don't get it." When in reality, it's just the nature of who spent the most time at what point in time that the technology flows.
Yeah.
So those old dudes that you think don't get it, they know a lot of fucking shit that you don't know.
Right.
Okay. And those young people that you think don't get it, they probably know a lot of shit that you don't know. So how do you create some sort of union there? And most people won't do that. Most young people won't do that. They won't voice up because they're afraid. And most old people won't do it because they look at you and they say, you're 20 years old. What the fuck could you possibly know?
Right.
But it's your job to display that. It's your job to make it known. It's your job to help them understand. And that creates value. But yeah, man, every generation, it's the same thing. The older guys talk about how the younger guys don't know shit. The younger guys talk about how the old guys don't know shit. And
it doesn't help too when the young guys are eating Tide Pods and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't
listen,
help.
The biggest problem with younger people, bro, is they think they're way better than they are. That's the problem. It's never usually that they think they don't know shit. It's that they think they're way fucking better than they are. And, it is what it is.
You realize the older you get, the less you actually
That's correct. As you get older, you start to realize that you're not as good as you thought you were, and you have a lot more to learn. And the older I get, the more I realize, bro, I got a long way to go. I got a lot more to learn. But then I'll talk to some 24-year-old kid like, bro, you haven't done anything.
Right.
Like I get tired of these people on the internet talking about how good their shit is. You have nothing to show for it.
Cake ain't baked, bro.
Listen, motherfucker, if you fucking open your bank account and it is fucking small and you think you're the best, you are out of alignment with reality, because if you are the best, that bank account number is going to be big. And that's not blaming it on some company you work for or some consequences or some bad luck or some bad news or I was born this way. No, you're ignoring the real data. If you are the best, your bank account will fucking reflect it. And if you can open your banking app and it says fucking $200, that means you ain't the best. It's very simple. And a lot of these young people can't wrap their brain around the real world evidence that you live in a shitty house, you live in a shitty apartment, you drive a shitty car, you don't have any fucking money, and yet you walk around and think you're the best. How do those two things go together? They don't. Okay, so a lot of you young motherfuckers need to humble yourself and realize that if you fucking live in a shitty place, drive a shitty car, have a shitty bank account, you sure as ain't the best. You need to quit running your mouth about how you are. You need to shut it and listen and go build your craft. And then when that bank account has 7 numerals in it, you can talk about how good you are. Yeah, but until then, you ain't shit.
I love it, man. This question almost too, like I was painting a picture in my head. It's like, I think about like a logger, right? Like they're cutting down trees, and you got an old guy, he's hard on the axe, like that's his tool. But this young guy comes in with a chainsaw. It's like, no, bro, that ain't it. And the point is to kind of combine both of those.
The point is that you need to figure out as a young person how to bring value to people who haven't adopted new technology. And there's never been a better opportunity than that, because technology is moving at such a fast rate. So these guys who don't know anything, who are in their 50s and 60s and 70s trying to run a company, they don't care about technology. They don't even try to keep up with it. So where's your value? Your value proposition is in keeping up with it and showing the company how they can make money with it.
Love it. Love it. Guys, any question number 3? Andy, how do I cultivate a winning mentality? I'm 19 years old. And my parents put me in therapy as a kid. And now I feel like I've lost my anger and drive to dominate and win in sports and life, just in general. I've read a bunch of like mental toughness books, and I have on occasion, there's been occasions where I feel extremely confident and dominant, but I want that to be the way it is every time. How do I cultivate a winning mentality? How do you do it? How do we fix this?
Well, if you don't develop it, you're going to be fucking broke and miserable your whole life. That would be the first step that I consider. You're not going to ever have any money. You're not going to ever live in a nice house. You're not going to ever have a cool car. You're never going to have a quality mate. Your life's going to fucking suck. So maybe you should figure it the fuck out. Okay, how do you cultivate a winning mentality? By going out and working towards the win. You guys listen to all this idealistic bullshit all over the internet, and like how the, therapy industry tries to make you guys fucking sterile little pussies that can't fucking operate. They go out in the field and touch the grass. You should never have any anxiety. You should always feel joyful and blissful and blah, 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 blah. It's all bullshit. Okay, you're going to have hard times. You're going to have great times. You're going to have times where you're proud of yourself. You're going to have times where you're not proud of yourself. You're going to have times where you're winning. You're going to have times when you're losing. Such is the journey called life. And if you decide to be an entrepreneur and you decide to be someone who wants more, it's going to be that much harder. And the bigger your dreams, the harder it's going to be on the journey. This is reality. And too many of you guys are subscribing to this feel-good, idealistic, touch the grass, go on a fucking mental health journey, all this fucking bullshit. I should feel peaceful all the time. No wonder you don't want to win. And I'm going to tell you this, dude. Whoever's been telling you this shit that is sterilizing your mind and making you not ambitious and not hungry and not wanting to go out and win, they fucked you, just so you know. Because we could talk about how society should be. We could talk about how it should all be rainbows and unicorns and big fucking sunflower fields. And we're going to run through holding hands during the sunset. And we're going to feel joyful and not have any anxiety ever. But that's not real life. Okay, those are experiences that you experience in real life. The biggest lie that's being told right now is that happiness is a 24/7 thing that we have to get to. If you think that being happy is a 24/7 destination that you're going to get to and you're going to have all this joy and all this happiness and all these feelings that are good and never any bad feelings, you're going to always feel bad because your expectations are out of alignment with reality. You cannot achieve that. That is not achievable. So the minute you have anything outside of that, the minute you have a hard day, the minute you have frustration, the minute you have anxiety, it's going to be much more amplified because your expectation is that there shouldn't be any of it. Okay? Life is fucking hard. And let me tell you how it's hard. It's either hard in the beginning or it's hard in the end. You either suffer when you're young and have a better back end, or you suffer or you fucking party when you're young and you suffer on the back end. It's one or the other, bro. And it's not a daily thing. When it comes to happiness, happiness should be viewed as daily moments that make me happy. I had this moment that made me happy. I had that moment that made me happy. I had this moment that made me happy. And we should be grateful for those moments. We shouldn't be mad that 24 hours a day wasn't this happy experience. And that's what you guys are getting from a lot of this idealistic nonsense. Are there some good therapists out there? Yeah, I'm sure there are, but most aren't. Most are predatory. Most convince you of a standard that is impossible to hold. They convince you that you should never have anxiety, never have stress, never have fear, never have frustration. And if you have ambition and if you have drive, there's something fucked up with you. Okay? Every single thing that you admire in society, every single building, every single team, every single fucking business, every single country, every single organization that you admire was built by a fucking warrior. Someone who is able to endure, take pain, get punched in the face figuratively and maybe literally as many times as they had to build it. So you can either build something great, you can either become something great, you can create something great, or you could be like everybody else. And that's what this idealistic nonsense in society is teaching people. It's teaching people that ambition is wrong, that wanting more for yourself is wrong. And if we're being honest, who benefits from that? You know why? Because they don't want you to have fucking anything. They want to be able to control you. They want you to be a poor little me. They want you to struggle financially, because if you're struggling financially, you can't pay attention to how bad you're getting screwed. All right? So all of this shit is nonsense. It's nonsense. If you want to win and you want to develop a winning mentality, the best thing that you could do is, 1, surround yourself by winners. 2, set some massive fucking goals for yourself. 3, ignore all these fucking people that aren't going to be shit in their entire life. And 4, get your ass to work every single day. And when it gets really hard, that's when you make sure you don't quit, because that's when everybody else quits. And if you want to win and you want to build something great, that's what you got to do. And you got to block out all the other shit. All this shit that society is telling you you need to be. Look at the motherfuckers telling you that. Do you want their life? Do you want to live like them? Do you want their bank account? Do you want their car or their house? Do you want the way their fucking family looks at them? I'm assuming you probably don't. So why the fuck are you listening to anything they say? That's my fucking take. Okay? And like, dude, you guys, you young men, you better realize, bro, the world's on your shoulders. Nobody's going to come and help you. Nobody feels sorry for you either. It's not like you're some young girl or some gay person or somebody that's in a protected class that has all these people to give a fuck about you. If you're a young man, nobody gives a fuck about you. A fucking single fuck. So you better figure it out. You better figure out how to be strong, fit, intelligent, and a money-making mother, or your life's going to suck. And don't fucking tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Come find me in 20 years and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's real shit, man.
I get tired of hearing
real
it.
Shit, bro.
You know, you got all these young people out in the fucking world who think that, like, oh, I need a break. No, this is when you should be going. Oh,
work ain't even started yet.
Bro, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. And it's because they consume all of this victim mindset nonsense on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's
bro,
them, man.
if you take that shit in, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get crushed. You're going to get crushed. You're never going to have shit. And then you're going to be like, why didn't it work out for me? And then you really will be a victim. That's the danger of that kind of information, because you start telling yourself, oh, you know, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to flow through life, because you think that's what everybody else is doing. And then here's the other thing, okay? If you're wired to win and you're wired to be an achiever, and you start consuming that shit because you look around and you think, everybody else is doing this, what's wrong with me? And you start trying to take your warrior mentality and put it in this fucking regular person's box, bro, that's like taking a fucking wild lion who's ruled the jungle for 10 years straight and putting him in an 8x8 fucking cage. Okay? If you're wired to win, if you're wired to achieve, if you're wired to be a warrior, if you're wired to build shit and be great, and you have that drive and that hunger, and you read all this nonsense all over the world and all over the internet from all these fucking gurus that pretend like they're Buddha and they don't know shit, you're going to be fucking miserable, bro. You're going to take your wild self and you're going to put it in this little bitty box, and you're going to be angry, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be mad, and you're going to be looking around and wondering why doesn't this work for me? How come I'm so angry? Why do I have so much anxiety? Because, bro, you're trying to take a square peg and put it in a round hole. The world needs people like you. It needs people to build. It needs people to create. It needs people to set an example. There's nothing wrong with you for being an ambitious person. The world wouldn't exist as we know it without ambitious people. The world wouldn't exist as we know it without fucking creative people who are willing to pay the fucking price to build what they see in their mind before anyone else sees it. Okay, so you are needed. You need to stop thinking that all these fucking morons on the internet have it figured out. Unless you want their life, don't fucking listen to them, dude, and start understanding that if you do listen to them and you're one of these people who was meant to come here and create, you're going to waste your whole life trying to fit in a box with a bunch of people who aren't ever going to accomplish a thing.
Fucking love it, man.
I fucking can't stand it, dude.
Bro, listen.
This victim mentality and this idealistic shit ruins more lives than anything else in our culture. It convinces all these people that they're supposed to be less than. It convinces all these people that they're supposed to be poor and that there's nobility in being less than what we could be. There is no nobility in living small. There is no nobility in living in a way that doesn't inspire people. You are given gifts. If you believe in God, do you think God looks at you and says, you know, I hope my son uses none of his gifts and just chills out and just touches the grass and walks through the field? And do you think that's what the he wants for you? You were put here with a purpose. What is your purpose? Your purpose is not to float through life and quote unquote enjoy it. Yes, there's going to be things that you enjoy, but just like that motherfucking beer you have after mowing the grass on the hottest day of the year, you will not enjoy your life unless you're putting in work to fucking create the life that you're supposed to create. You'll be miserable. And it doesn't matter. This is why rich people who get mega rich and stop working end up killing themselves, because they don't have a purpose. And it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much car you have or how much house you have or what the fuck you have. If you stop building and stop creating, if you're one of the people that's made for that, okay? And this is a problem because society is made of NPCs, bro, non-playable characters that buy into this therapy shit, that buy into this weak shit, that buy into this, you know, I gotta find peace shit. Some of y'all aren't built for peace. Some of you are built for war. And those are the motherfuckers that build the entire fucking world, that everybody else who tells you that there's something wrong with you for being the way that you are, enjoy. So if we're all going to be peaceful little fucking hippies, who's going to build the shit that we enjoy? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's needed, man. It's necessary.
No, we need it in America more than ever. We need men and women to stand the fuck up and say, this is who the fuck I am. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. And if you don't like it, fuck off.
I love it. That's a way to start a Monday. I love it, man. Guys.
By the way, I'm not saying that therapy can't be useful at all. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that there's way too much of this fucking shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you want to stop feeling down, go do some shit.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, man.
You wonder why, you know why you feel like shit, bro? Because you're not using any of your gifts. You're not using any of your talents. You're not trying to get better. You're not creating. You're not building. You're not becoming. And you wonder why you feel like shit. It's because inside you know that you're wasting your life. Stop wasting your life. Go out and do shit. And you're going to feel better, even if it's hard as f***. That is the fucking secret. So you want to develop a winning mentality? Hopefully that answers your question. But at the end of the day, here's the deal. If you don't win, your life's going to suck. That's what you should know. You should know that flat out. If you do not win, your life will fucking suck. And you will be one of these people who convinces yourself that all these dreams and all these goals and all these things you wanted are not actually what I want anymore. You know, I've changed. I've gotten more sophisticated. And then when you go to pay for your Chipotle, you're going to fucking be counting your quarters and trying to pay for it. That'll be your life. I know this. That ain't going to be my life.
It's real shit, man. I love it. Guys, Andy, that was 3.
Go pay the fee.